So the faces are blurred out on this video, guys. They're not blurred out as the way I want it, but hey, it's a little blurred out. Blessings, Nate the Great. Blessings. I want to thank everybody that's showing y'all shorty support right now, because I'm trying to do these lives while I got the chance and before I get started, because listen, shorty's got a hectic week. Thank y'all all for showing the shorty support. Thank y'all. So let me show y'all this video, right? Parents, teach your kids, whether they're in the spectrum or not. I keep telling y'all, I have a 16-year-old, and I teach him. I try to teach him like if he wasn't in the spectrum. And the reason I do that is because I want my child to learn what reality is out here. Just because he's in the spectrum doesn't mean that he's not smart. These kids are very, very smart, highly intelligent. And if you break things down to them, they will understand what you're trying to tell them. If not, you're leaving your child out in the dark, not knowing. And they gonna keep making mistake after mistake after mistake. And you know what's crazy is that just because your child is in the spectrum doesn't mean that your child is not going to pay the same consequences as the regular child. Your child is going to pay the same type of consequences after a while, especially if something like this happens, especially after they reach a certain age. Parents, get the grip. Get the grip before you lose your child. Why would you do this to me?
Grab the 3-year-old baby by the throat and put his tongue all over the little boy's mouth.
So apparently, the parents of this 19-year-old autistic kid did not have the birds and the bees conversation with him. Did not break down the topic to him, and this kid was in the playground. He apparently grabbed the 3-year-old little boy by the throat and started allegedly kissing, but he was just licking him. Disgusting. It shouldn't happen. Parents, we need to speak to our kids. Facts, Riaz, facts. We really need to speak to our kids.
No, I'm okay. Who's the little one? Is this the little guy? He tried to stick. Look, this guy's autistic. Okay, he did not try to kiss your child. He did not try to.
We did.
No,
We
stopped.
him with his mouth. We wiped the saliva off of him. Okay, I understand he's on the spectrum and everything. We understand that completely.
We definitely understand.
My point here is, this cannot keep happening. I don't know if it's happened before. But if it was,
it has never happened before.
Okay, well, if it hasn't happened before, then this is the first time, and we cannot let it keep happening. There's kids that are here by themselves all the time, and yes, okay, maybe
now in this situation, you hear the parents making the excuse for their 19-year-old. Oh, this has never happened before. Listen, no matter how many excuses you make for your child, you're going to end up losing your child because you think that because they're autistic or that you cannot treat them like a regular child. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You have to show them. You have to guide them. You have to, what the hell? How do you think they're going to learn? They're not no dummies. They are very smart. I want y'all to understand they are very smart. And when they get to a certain age, just like you, me, and everybody else in this world, they're going to be interested. If they're boys, they're going to be interested in girls. If they're girls, they're going to be interested in boys. And guess what? Since you didn't have the conversation about the birds and the bees, they're going to start doing things and reacting in ways and lashing out because they don't understand what's going on with their body unless we break it down to them ahead of time. Just because they have #mental health issues doesn't mean that we cannot treat a person like a human being. They're human beings. They're not freaking animals. I need y'all to really understand that.
Their parents should, be watching them. Thank God we were. But he had his hands around his neck. He is 3 years old. And he was kissing him. We wiped saliva off of his mouth. Okay? His mouth was on his. That is disgusting. We understand he's on the spectrum. Somebody needs to be watching him. I don't care. Because yes, that's what we can't go through it.
I'm trying to apologize to you right now. And I just told you that I'm sorry. I just told you that this guy is autistic. He did not try to kiss. If he tried to kiss your child, then he is sorry. He has never done that in the history of 20 years.
So he hasn't tried to kiss him.
See, but instead of the parent apologizing for the son, the parent should have had the son right here talking to them, explaining, breaking it down, no matter how long it takes. Because I've done it. My son has made dumb mistakes, and not like this. Hell no. But what I'm trying to say is that my child is autistic. He does stupid things out here. And I've sat here and I've had to break it down. And guess what? I didn't have to go out here a second or third time to chastise my child in front of everybody in public. No, the first time was enough because they understand. Y'all keep treating these kids that are in the spectrum like they fucking belong in a zoo or some shit. Like they belong, like you need to put them in a straitjacket. They're not crazy. They're not crazy. They learn at their pace. But they're just like me and you. They have kids like me and you after they, hit 21, 22, 23, whatever. What the hell? They're not crazy, yo. Like, people be treating these kids and then look what happens. Oh, I don't know why they're treating my baby like this. I don't know why my son is behind bars. I don't know why, my son isn't. Because we're not guiding our kids the right way. We're letting them do whatever they want to do. So who's to blame? And not just the kids that are in the spectrum. We got kids that are not in the spectrum that are doing things like this and 10 times worse. And who's to blame? Not just the kids, the parents too. And we're talking about kids, little ass kids, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, already being handcuffed because they're doing things the grown-ups are doing. Yes, these kids are wrong, but who else is wrong? We can't blame the parents, huh? The parents are not to blame in this situation, are they? The fuck out my face with that dumb shit.
I'm saying that he has never done that before.
What was he trying to do? You're saying he's not trying to kiss him. What is he doing?
Do you think it's safe for all the kids? Do you think it's safe for all the kids? You told me that. You told me that.
Why are you getting loud? Why are you getting loud?
We
Just be respectful. It's a respectful conversation here.
We need a police officer all day here watching the kids.
What do you want me to do?
No, you're taking more care about the two kids. That's the thing. Because he came along.
Our kids.
Yeah.
And I care
Yes.
about mine.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I don't see that.
Sorry. Might be look more
I'm a little 3-year-old.
tough,
Are you kidding me?
but no.
And you know what?
What do you want us to do? Do you want us to? What do you want us to do?
with special needs kids? Oh, trust me.
No, you have no idea about it. Obviously, you know nothing about
Hold on.
it.
He needs to.
Hey! I am talking now.
Okay.
You will
All
listen.
right, I'll listen.
Okay, so every special needs kid has different.
Speak, mama, speak. And this is the time where an autistic kid is arrested because he thought that he was doing something that was okay, which wasn't, because mommy and daddy let him do whatever he wanted.
Different levels of what they can and cannot do. I have special needs friends that drive cars. I also have special needs kids that have constant attention. Okay, these parents are trying to respectfully explain that in his history this has never happened before, and they are extremely apologetic. Okay, but to tell these parents that they need to keep an eye on their son 24/7 is about as good as telling you don't ever let this child out of your sight, even if he's in another room watching TV. And I have children. I understand. Kids,
You should understand how.
I do, and I do.
Yeah, but this this officer is wrong. This officer is very wrong. For the simple fact that this 19-year-old autistic kid didn't push the kid by accident, didn't accidentally just choke the kid. No, he gripped up a 3-year-old and forced a kiss all over, slobbered him all over his mouth. And now an officer, because he's now see where the problem is at. See where the problem is at. The cuddling of the kids, the condoning of what they do. If they do something wrong, there should be consequences. Just because they listen, There's certain ways to deal with certain things. You don't have to beat a child or fucking kill them to have them to understand what it is that you're trying to get them to understand. Us adults are the problem here in society. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. I know a lot of people get mad at me because I say that. A lot of people stop watching because of Shorty be on point and a Shorty don't give a fuck and she is blunt with what she says. No holds bars. Sometimes I try to hold back, but at the end of the day, listen, society nowadays doesn't give a fuck. They say they care about our kids, but they don't care about our kids. A lot of these parents only want to party. A lot of these parents only see green. A lot of these parents don't care. A lot of these parents are out there. They just want to have fun. And that's what's messed up. It's like, I don't know if y'all have seen that movie. Once again, I'm going to mention it. In Tubi, it's called God Forgives, I Don't. And I talked about it a little bit yesterday on how this pastor, his best friend, his wife, how in the world, at the end of this movie, this pastor ends up with a gun pointed at his wife's head while his best friend is in a pool of blood on the floor. Why? Because his wife and his best friend weren't real. Because at the end of the day, too much drama, too much bullshit, the lies, deceptions. That's what's crazy. And we still sleep. We still expecting the government to come save us, right? That's what it is. We're expecting the government to come save us. We're expecting the government to do something. When it should be us. There's no other way that I could put this. It's like, I'm really getting tired of holding back because YouTube gives so many strikes, but it's like, damn, I got to let certain things out. It's us. It's us. Get mad at a shorty. But at the end of the day, we need to make the difference. We do. But I think in certain situations, it's too late for certain things, but we still got time for other things. You can save the world, but the world really doesn't want to be saved. People still want to be act like fools out here. People still want to act ratchet out here. Y'all want people to look at us different out here in the urban community. But that's not going to happen until we unite, until we stop acting like savages out here in these streets, until we start treating each other the right way. You have a family, treat this family like a family. If you're a friend, be a friend. But people have a hard time doing that. A very hard time doing that. As you can see, it's crazy. This cop and these parents of this 19-year-old autistic kid proved my point.
Respectfully understand. I also understand where they're coming from too.
And I guess that you're here to apologize. We get that 100%.
Okay, then be respectful.
My only thing is,
You're correct. And this is a one. Listen to me. This is a one-time incident. As we are aware, we are going to document that this occurred.
Do I can say that?
Okay. And again, if it happens again,
Here's the thing. What it comes down to is you guys aren't going to respect his opinion and what he has to say, and leave it at that. You have your own opinion.
and then guess what? It's gonna happen again.
How do you know
How
that?
do you know that?
Because if he clearly did it once.
This is not even about an opinion. It's true. If he's done it once and the parents didn't even know about this situation, how do they know if it didn't happen a second time? See, when we say keep an eye on your child 24/7, doesn't mean, oh my God, pull your eye out your fucking socket and put it right there where your child is at 24/7. No, what it means is listen out, open that third eye. Stop being foolish, stop being stupid like most of you are. Dumbass mom.
Him without him there, whatever. Seriously?
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do?
Just keep an eye on him. Don't let him come here by
We are
himself.
doing
Don't
our best.
tell somebody else that parent their child. You wouldn't want somebody to tell you.
What are we gonna do when this shit happens again? He's literally right there. It could have happened to him, and he's a lot smaller.
You're right, and you were here watching your child. Why did you let him get that close to your kiddo?
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Wow. Wow. Yo, I know y'all heard that. This officer just told his mom, which her child is the victim, that instead of her telling her parent why they not watching their child, keeping a closer eye on them, why she didn't watch her child and let that happen to her child. What the? Hold the. So you're making her feel wrong for what happened to her child? That's the problem nowadays, yo. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, I got that.
Look at that. You look why you saying that. You
Okay.
and
You
what
want
you
to tell
saying?
them
All
how to
right,
parent
all
their
right.
kids?
Playground,
Someone
playground.
who clearly
Nice,
has
nice.
special
All
needs.
right.
We understand
This
that.
is nice.
Someone who
Call your
clearly has special
supervisor.
needs. So now,
Why not?
you're trying. And we're not shaming them. All you're trying to tell them you have vision, so this shit does not happen. Okay. Why was okay? You're telling them how to parent your kid. You're telling them how to parent their kid, correct? So that's a lot worse than him coming up here trying to tell them this is right. And I'm telling you,
I don't think the mom was trying to tell her how to tell them how to parent their kids. What she was trying to do is give them some advice so that this won't happen again. So this officer is in the wrong. And listen, in y'all opinions, what do y'all think? Who was wrong in this situation? I don't think the mom with the little kid that got choked up and forced to get kissed on is wrong in this situation. Let me show y'all something. Like nowadays, I'm telling you, this is crazy. Yo, I cannot believe the way this officer came at this mom. That's a shame. Listen to this. Mom will never give you a positive life. Live with a negative mind will never give you a positive life. Live without pretending. Love without depending. Listen without defending. Speak without offending. Stop looking at all the negatives and start appreciating all the positives. What comes easy won't always last, and what will always last won't come easy. There are those that have so much, yet envy those that have very little. Having money in your pocket doesn't make you rich. The way you think or behave makes you poor. Sometimes the ones with empty pockets think the richest. Knowledge and wisdom gives you more. Nowadays, we live literal, no morals or respect, where we just expect. Today, we judge a book by its cover without reading its pages. I can never judge no one for their appearance or what they go through. Today, we could be down, tomorrow, we could be up. I believe money isn't important. I believe that when ignorance takes over a person, it can ruin them. At times, we could be our own enemies. Always remember, you can stomp on something very small today, and tomorrow, the very same thing you stomped on can grow bigger than what you ever expected. Who are we to judge? And that's a fact. And that's the problem nowadays with people. They too busy worrying about what the next person has or what they're doing. Like, why couldn't them parents keep a closer eye on that child, knowing that they was in the spectrum? What if their child did something, and in that instant, somebody would have knocked their child out? This world is crazy. I would say shady. Ironic, right? Nowadays, you can't trust no one. When you do, niggas be having their panties all in a bunch, thinking that they own one. Saying the things that you accomplished in life is theirs and that you owe them one. Nowadays, your friends turn into enemies, and your family members are your biggest haters. Can't see you accomplish more crazy is that they say as time pass by, it will heal everything. I seen time flash by and it revealed everything, leaving me on standby, ready to kill everything. Alone in the mirror saying, girl, you're everything. You don't need for anything, shorty. My bad. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know why it fails to play that song, but it should play it. Hey, but I'm gonna end this live speaking. I don't know if any of y'all caught the first part of this live. I spoke on Carly Russell. I'm gonna bring it up one more time. Give me 1 second while I pull everything up, and then we'll start talking. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to make a change, they want to make a difference, but still stuck in the same phase. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to chase a bag, but stay at home and nag. Then when you ask them what they need, they say less talking, more opinions, no prayers with division. You ask me, y'all need to focus more on revision, rely less on television. How you want a future, you have no vision. This world is just like fiction. What we need is more talking, less opinions, more prayers with no division. Before you come up with a conclusion, giving people false illusions, pick up a book, do your research, learn your history before you end up in a ditch making history. Division and religion isn't working. The only way to show God our faith and love is through our actions. Our convictions is the only thing that really unite us. One God, one nation, different beliefs. There's words that can't fly with the wind. There's insults that are not violent. Meanwhile, while you're home to them, they're killing you on the inside. If I was to tell you that I didn't hurt, I would be lying. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that there's truths that lie, especially when they're telling you that they're indifferent? Getting shoved to the side because you're different. There's a hug out there someone didn't receive today. Probably because of what was said about them yesterday.
In fact, she has
Probably
even
because
been
of
on
the way they was dressed today. Not